Hey everybody, woodworking project on this episode. I am going to be building a railing for our inside stairway. We've never had one there before, but due to an unfortunate incident, we need one now. So I am going to build one out of a 2x4. It's going to be, I think, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I don't know, we'll find out. And if you're wondering why I'm not buying one, it's because I actually need it by tomorrow or the next day at the latest, and nobody in town has one. They have outdoor ones, but nothing interior. So anyways, figured it'd be easy enough to build one, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And this piece of pine 2x4 will be a railing. I've already measured the angle inside where I need the railing, so that's what I just set this to now. I'm going to cut the 2x4 to length. So that's the bottom part of my handle, where that's going to bolt through to the wall, right through here. So what I need to do is rip this centerpiece out all the way along and leave 1.5 inches here, so it's going to be 1.5 square. So I'm going to set up the fence for that, but obviously I have to make sure that I don't overshoot into here with a saw, and I'll just hand saw it out and sand it off after. Hopefully it'll work. So even though this is something that I'm throwing together pretty quick, I still want it to look good because it's probably going to stay there forever if I'm being honest. So I want to put on the part of the railing like a curve in there, so I'll show you what I mean. So this here is going to be the top of the railing. This is going to be the piece you're going to hang on to. This will be bolted to the wall. And I want this to be curved out here, not just a 90 degree. It's going to have to kind of match the angle though of the railing. So in order to get it close, this is going to be the hole saw I'm going to use, so that'll give me my curvature around there. And in order to know exactly where dead center is, and then if I just take this, give it a tap, that'll leave my center part right there. I want to drill that hole saw at an angle. Now, of course, the drill bit for the center of that hole saw is only this size. So what I'm going to do is I have a longer, well, it doesn't even matter. I'm going to just use a regular drill bit and go right through and try to keep it at the same angle or very close to it. And then that way I can do the hole saw after, and it'll follow the same hole and it should cut it out where I want it. Should. And you're probably thinking, well, that drill bit's still going to be too short at that angle and I won't be able to get the hole saw through there, but I have a solution for that too. One of the best purchases I made in recent history, this long drill bit. So I just replaced that short bit with this one. Almost. And just like that, it's good. Obviously I didn't quite measure my line properly, don't know why. The other side's exactly the same. I don't know. Blade is set up, ready to cut. Think I got her figured out more or less. Not very conventional, but this is the only way I can think of to do this fairly easily. Just finish that off with the handsaw now. Okay, so now you get the idea of how the shape's going to go. Just got to sand this all down and router off the edges. I just used the belt sander to round off this edge here, that corner, so it'll make it, try to match this one a little bit. Sanding is done. It looks pretty good actually. So you can see all the way along there's not much to show you. Got the edges nice and rounded. Not going to show you the whole thing, no point. So that's pretty much it for the railing. Now the only thing I got to do is come up with a way to attach it to the wall, which is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to get some longer screws, drill it right through from here in, and then at different intervals all the way along, and right through into the studs in the wall. In case you're wondering, you saw that piece of round stock I had. That's it here. So this here, I'm going to cut these to fill the gap in between here and here. So that'll be like a spacer. They're nice and it'll be nice and round, smooth. Won't be anything too sharp to cut any edges on or anything like that, or cut any skin on. All right, I think they're going to be good. Okay, just finished the layout on the railing on the wall, and of course, because it's an old house, none of those studs were. At least I don't think they were 16-inch on centers. Stud finder, of course, is a piece of shit, didn't work, so I figured it out. Took a while to do that. Anyways, I'm going to do the layout on the railing now, and hope like hell it lines up. Now I got to stand to drill these. So there's my spacers that are going to go in here. All right, moment of truth. There's the holes I already drilled and marked out for my railing, and with any luck, these will line up. However, as usual, I have my doubts. Not even close. How? Well, after a couple of moments of brief panic, I realized I had the railing the wrong way around. It fits, more or less. Still have a couple more to put in, but it should be good. So not exactly perfect, but easy to fix. And that's the other end. I just set up for painting of the railing and the spacers. Railing is just going to be regular paint. Spacers, I'm just going to use satin spray paint. And when it's done, I'll show you the reason why. It should match our existing railing. But this is the railing before. And that's my setup for the spacers. So I'll just paint them and then just spin it. Okay, one coat done. And in case I haven't said it before on this channel, I hate painting. I hate painting almost as much as I hate glue-ups. Maybe as much. Another interesting problem that I got, which isn't really a problem, that screw sticks out about 1 3/4 inches. That's how far it's going to go to the wall. About 1/2 inch for the drip rock. So you got maybe about 1 1/4 inch, which is fine. At the ends, I only have these screws. They're 6-inch. I don't really, I tried to get 5.5 inch and I can't find it anywhere. I don't really want that extra length going through the wall into the joist, just because, or into the studs, because it's just too long and I don't like them going any further than they really need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut these off to the same length as this, so that the difference is exactly the same at both ends, so that this one here matches this one. Now I know these threads, you know, at that point won't grab quite the same, but I will pilot hole this, so it should grab and be just fine. Okay, so this one's marked with a blue top on it because this one's countersunk a little bit deeper. It's for the top part of the railing, so it's not the exact same length. So maybe not the greatest idea in the world, but I think those will grab eventually. Railing is done. Railing and spacers. Install coming up, and I'll show you the final result. Okay, so this is the final result. It is all done. And as you can see, it is white and black, like the original railing, to match. And another project done. Quite happy with it, considering that it was out of necessity and pretty much had to be done within 24 hours kind of thing. So I'm quite happy the way it turned out. A couple things that I didn't show you were the bolts that I used to fasten it to the wall. I'll put a picture of one here. Those are the ones that I used. They worked really well. They were very strong. I could fasten them nice and tight with a ratchet and a Torx bit, and they held really well. Another thing I might do, but let's face it, probably won't, is I could finish off those holes where the screws are and then paint over top of it to have a nice finish on it. But yeah, I don't know. Doubt that'll ever happen. Anyways, thank you for watching, and if you like, subscribe, and please leave any comments.